Hello, crypto friends. Checking in on some of our major names: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, TRX, and BNB. So what we had transpire yesterday, or I guess that's today, still this daily candlestick, another spike on very short bullish action. This is the 1 minute time frame, and we can see that the bull break that occurred overnight happened on two 1 minute candlesticks. We'll call it 2.5 1 minute candlesticks. So let's now look at the hourly time frame for Bitcoin and distinguish between actual bull moves and these fake out 5 minute who cares bull moves that we've been seeing a lot of in this current market environment. This is a bull move here with solid follow through. We had a bear break, drop down through support. The bulls instantly bought that dip, and after buying that dip, we saw 8 hours of follow through. We had an inside bar that broke bullish. We had a couple other inside bars that broke bullish. What it shows is a sustained bullish move. What we do not see on these 5 minute candlesticks are sustained bullish moves. We see a quick spike up and then a slow fade back down, giving it all back. We see a 5 minute spike followed by 5, 10, 20 hours of consolidation. That does absolutely nothing for the bulls, and here we are back lower than where we were before that little 5 minute fake out occurred. So on the daily time frame, we continue to reject from the exponential resistance. We still have not broken 37.66, which is the level that the bulls have to break to try and prove anything on the daily time frame. So as far as I'm concerned, the bears are remaining in control. 35.10 is a support level, and then the low of this pullback of 34.25 is the next level after that. Big upper wick showing all that profit taking, and again, 2.5 minutes of bullish action, 12 hours of bearish follow through with no bullish follow through is very notable for it's all about proving it, and the bulls are just not proving it. So some names have been positioned better than Bitcoin. Ethereum is not one of them. Ethereum continues to show weakness as well. Daily lower highs, upper wick showing profit taking, not nearly as extreme of a spike as what we saw on Bitcoin. Still holding a couple support levels. 113.62 stands out in the short term, 114.04. So a couple support levels down there to be watching. 117.47 is resistance, followed by 119.50. I'm not even watching these shorter term time frames. I'm just sticking with the weekly and the daily charts at this point, and I can say confidently that I don't care what the Ethereum bulls are doing unless they can break 119.50. If they can't break that level, they're not even starting to try and break resistances, and the bears have complete control. 110.37 is the most important daily support, and we've been within this range for the last 6 days. Litecoin, much more follow through. So the bulls were positioned better here on the daily chart. We had that double top at 33.15 that the bulls broke on that spike with Bitcoin. So we saw that same correlation. So here's that Bitcoin move. Here on Litecoin, it lasted a little bit longer with follow through. But again, if we don't see Bitcoin following along, some of these names that have significant correlation are not going to see much follow through, which is why Litecoin has a big upper wick on today's candlestick and is not giving much confidence to the bulls. There's a short-term trade there. It was a daily inside bar that broke bullish. If you waited for the double top at 33.15, we ended up going about 2.5% over that resistance level. But again, just a very quick short-term spike up. As far as the daily chart is concerned, we have broken this key resistance, and now the next resistance level that we're looking at is all the way up at 41.27. So the bulls have space to work with, and they're positioned better than Bitcoin. So we can say that if Bitcoin is able to shift momentum in any meaningful way on the daily time frame, then Litecoin should make its way up into the mid to upper $30 range in correlation with that. As far as support goes, I'm looking at 31.08 followed by 29.41 on the daily time frame as a couple key support levels. And again, if we see Bitcoin shift momentum, we'll be looking for Litecoin to try and see continuation here back into the mid $30 range. XRP continues to show weakness, hasn't even touched the daily exponential resistance. Bull level that has to break before I have any interest in the bulls here is 327. If we don't break 327, the bulls don't prove a thing, and for them to really start proving anything, it's 35 cents. Support is down at 314, and there's another support level down here at 3.1. So those are the two levels to be watching. We've been trading within this range for 6 days as well. If I were to rank just these four names as to who's strongest and who's weakest, I'd say it's Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then XRP. They're roughly the same. Not much difference between those two. But Litecoin clearly the strongest out of these four. There are certainly names that are more bullish in the altcoin world, and we've been highlighting that for the last couple of weeks, how TRX and BNB have stood out with their correlations more bullish, favorable to Bitcoin. So here's another example of follow through for TRX bulls. We had inside bar, bull break. The bull signal was 268 on the daily chart, and we made it all the way up to 2.9. So that's a significant 10% move or so, just about. And let's get that exact percentage by holding down shift. All right, so I overestimated a little bit. We're talking 8%, but that's solid follow through, especially in this market environment. We have a daily higher low and higher high pattern, and we have a lack of resistance until 344. So the bulls are trying to make their way back up towards that resistance. And similar to Litecoin, you want a bullish name that doesn't have any clear resistances nearby, and that's where Litecoin can stand if we do see some follow through. It does appear to me that these names, TRX and BNB, are able to disregard the correlation to Bitcoin easier than Litecoin is able to do so. Litecoin's a little bit more joined at the hip to the price action of Bitcoin currently. The 4-hour time frame is a bit extended. We're heading up to test the top of this move at 29 cents. And the 4-hour RSI is very extended. So we know that when we consolidate, when we lose the hourly uptrend, we're going to look for healthy 4-hour consolidation, just a solid wall of green today. And after the 4-hour consolidation, anything above 2625 will keep the higher low intact. So the bulls have a lot of space to work with to keep this trend healthy and to keep those bulls in control. Weekly time frame has made significant leaps and bounds up well over 100% from the lows, and this is exactly what you want to see on shifts and long-term trend changes. We're not seeing it on any of the major players, but TRX showing signs and BNB as well. Look at all these inside bars for BNB. We talked about the bottom fishing play off of this support where if in a position, if you use 624 as your stop level, we had an inside bar break bullish at 650 and solid follow through from that. Here we are up at $7. So another move of about 7 or 8% or so, just establishing a higher low on the daily at 624 and then seeing continuation over multiple resistance levels. And here's Binance just like that, seeing the highest price that we've seen since mid-November, and we're talking 2-month highs. So that's obviously notable as well. The bull volume is there to prove it. Let's check TRX volume. Certainly a spike up of volume compared to the inside bar days. Not significantly extreme volume there, but stands out a little bit more for the bulls on Binance. Let's look at the weekly chart on Binance. We had the low of 412. We had the high of the bounce at 685. We pulled back for a brief higher low, and now we're seeing continuation. So this is definitely a significant shift in momentum here as well. We're up about 75% from the low. And again, if we were not correlated to Bitcoin in this way, if I were looking at these two charts on their own on the daily time frames, they're showing some health, and there's bullish opportunity here, obviously. So these are the names that I'd be looking to play. As I've said in the past, I look to play the weak names bearish and the strong names bullish. So if Bitcoin is going to show us bullish action at any point this weekend in the next 2 days, both Binance and TRX are positioned really well to correlate with that. And Litecoin is positioned pretty well as well. Everybody else has a lot of resistance nearby that they're going to have to work through, including Bitcoin. So nice to see some bulls showing their signs of strength, regardless of what Bitcoin is doing. And that's probably going to incite some further interest in the cryptocurrency space, some more trading activity. And now we'll patiently wait for Bitcoin to give us some sign of strength as well. But at least we got some individual names to hang our hats on for the bulls. They're doing something. There's bulls out there somewhere, and they're in these two names for now. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Hope you do some good things out there. Going to see some Carl Denson's Tiny Universe Funk tonight. Going to eat some tacos with a bunch of friends before. And I hope you all enjoy your night as well. And here's some more Iceland to wrap it up.